This is Adventist News Update, a service of the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. Thank you for joining us this week. I'm Andrea Musgrove. Coming up in the news, 94-year-old elder honored for long service in North Eleuthera. Adventist educators stay up to date on learning trends. UG Pine's lifestyle training is here, and relief comes to Brazil in the wake of flooding. These stories and more on this week's Adventist News Update. Elder Laura Anderson was honored this past weekend by the South Eleuthera District of Churches, headed by Pastor Nikita Thompson at the Gregorytown Seventh-day Adventist Church. Elder Anderson is seen as a pillar of strength in the community, where she still undertakes her daily tasks with great energy. She boasts of God's faithfulness in keeping her throughout her journey as a stalwart supporter of the gospel of Christ.
Thank God, His love is so great to me, that He has given me the strength to pass through whatever the struggles of life may be, because He has promised to be with those who put their trust in Him. And I thank God for sending Jesus to die for me and giving me strength to live for Him, so that my life can be an example to those with whom I come in contact, that being with me, hearing my words, following my actions, they could accept Jesus too.
Elder Anderson is well known for her ability to play the piano and shares her talent by teaching others the skill. It was a wonderful experience as the 5 churches and community friends came together on the Mother's Day Sabbath to say thanks to a lady who has given so abundantly to the spiritual development of God's people. The president of the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists, Pastor Paul Scavala, and his wife, Mrs. Joan Scavala, were in attendance. Pastor Scavala also thanked Elder Anderson for her service, comparing her life to that of Lydia's in Acts 16:11-15. He highlighted 3 qualities of Lydia. She was a worshiper of God, she publicly expressed her commitment to Him in baptism, and she opened her home for ministry. Pastor Scavala said that the life of Lydia was an exemplary one for mothers and women in general to emulate. Elder Laura Anderson was supported by a number of family members and friends, and we too pay tribute to Elder Anderson. May God continue to bless her abundantly. Education directors and principals of the 4 schools within the Atlantic Caribbean Union met on Monday, May 14th, under the theme Instructional Supervision in the 21st Century Adventist School. They got together to broaden their educational knowledge and skills in the area of instructional supervision at the Professional Development Seminar held at the Union headquarters right here in Nassau. Guest presenters were Dr. Trevor Gardner, the president of the North Caribbean University in Mandeville, Jamaica, who addressed the topic, How to Supervise for Effective Teaching. Dr. Jacqueline Clark, chair for the Department of Teacher Education at NCU, also presented on conducting the classroom observation. Dr. Cheryl Roll, Education Director of ACOM, said that as the schools in this field worked to provide high-quality, Christ-centered education for their students, it is crucial that not only the teachers, but the directors and principals keep abreast of developments in education. Dr. Roll said the opportunity for administrators to gain these new insights and the avenue for them to share ideas on their roles as instructional leaders must be a continuous effort. And coming up in the South Bahamas Conference, registration for the Lifestyle Educators course will take place on the 23rd of May between the hours of 6 and 7 p.m. at the Hillview Seventh-day Adventist Church on Tonic Williams-Darling Highway. 11 lifestyle educators from the UG Pines Institute will conduct training workshops for 3 weeks. Come and learn valuable health skills, how to live and share biblical lifestyle principles, home remedies, chair massages, and hydrotherapy. If you want to make a positive impact in your community and receive a rich spiritual experience, then this seminar is for you. Participants can choose day or evening sessions. Registration forms can also be obtained at the South Bahamas Conference office on Tonic Williams-Darling Highway. And at 7 p.m. also at the Hillview Church, the Atlantic Caribbean Union Mission will hold its second annual symposium. All are invited to review the reports from the 4 field leaders of ACOM, Pastor Cheyenne O'Connor, Errol Tinker, Paul Scavala, and Michael Smith, along with the president of the Northern Caribbean University, Dr. Trevor Gardner. President of ACOM, Pastor Leonard Johnson, will present the evening's charge. The pastor, officers, and members of the Maranatha Seventh-day Adventist Church want you to join them for their rededication and consecration services under the theme, Thankful for the Past, Celebrating the Present, Embracing the Future. Evening services will be held at the church on Wednesday, May 23rd to Friday, May 25th at 7:30 p.m. and Saturday, the 26th of May at 9:15 a.m. Guest speaker for the weekend will be Pastor Jeff Thompson from the Florida Conference. A special greet and share meeting will be held with the newly appointed president of the Northern Caribbean University, Dr. Trevor Gartner, at the Centerville Seventh-day Adventist Church on 5th Terrace, Centerville at 7 p.m. on Thursday, May 24th. Dr. Gartner is a keen researcher who is also interested in the development of mathematics and science instruction and the impact of schooling on males. Dr. Gartner has served in several universities in the United States as well as in the Caribbean. Prior to his accepting this current position at the NCU, Dr. Gartner held the office of president at the University of Southern Caribbean between 2004 to 2011. He was also a former vice president for academic administration at NCU from 2000 to 2003. All past students and friends of Northern Caribbean University, formerly West Indies College, are invited to visit with Dr. Gardner and get reacquainted with your alma mater. The annual Adventist Community Services exhibition will be held on Whit Monday, May 28th at the Bahamas Academy and Breath of Life Church Grounds on Marshall Road. This year's event will also feature a health expo hosted by a team of health professionals from Uchee Pines Institute. This exhibition will be open to the public at 11 a.m. and continues throughout the day. Bring your family and friends. And the big day has finally arrived, and what a wonderful sight it will be with over 14 floats portraying good health in one package. The floats will be in place at the 12:30 p.m. in the main parking lot of the mall at Marathon, and the judging will begin at 1 p.m. You can observe these floats at 2:30 as they continue on their route to Clifford Park. The largest citywide gospel campaign ever seen in this region in conjunction with the Inter-American Division's City Evangelism Thrust starts on September 23rd with Evangelist Cheyenne O'Connor, president of the Cayman Islands Conference. It is going to be bigger than anything you have ever witnessed in New Providence, and you are asked to pray even now for this outreach project. Now here is the Adventist World News courtesy of Adventist News Network.
Brazil's Amazon region are battling near-record rainfall. Severe flooding and mudslides have forced tens of thousands of families to evacuate their homes in recent weeks. The Adventist Development and Relief Agency in Brazil is distributing emergency supplies to hundreds of affected families. ADRA also sent a team of doctors and other health professionals to a flooded local hospital. The agency is expected to collect additional food, hygiene supplies, and clothing for distribution in the coming weeks. Officials have declared a state of emergency in dozens of districts. They're hoping to avoid a repeat of Brazil's worst natural disaster just 1 year ago, when heavy rainfall and mudslides claimed the lives of 700 people.
This has been your news update on behalf of our production team here at headquarters. Thanks for watching. I'm Andrea Musgrove for Adventist Television.